It seems like everyone and their mother is doing a no-buy year in 2025, and while I'm not doing a no-buy year, I'm still on a quest to live sustainably and way more intentionally than I have in the past. So I've compiled a list of 25 things that I'm not buying in 2025. I've broken the list into 5 different sections: kitchen, beauty, household items, clothes and fashion, and a miscellaneous category with everything else. These are all time-stamped below if you want to skip around or to a specific section. Hopefully this video de-influences you a little bit and helps drown out all of the voices trying to convince you to just buy more things. Let's get into it. Oh, and if I am looking down this area, it's because my notebook is right here and I will need to be referencing it because I did not memorize these 25 things. So that's why. We'll start with kitchen items. And the first one on my list here was plastic wrap. I haven't been using plastic wrap for a while now, but I wanted to continue that into 2025. I honestly haven't really found a need for it since I stopped using it. I use aluminum foil if I need to cover something, or I'll just use like a Tupperware with a lid. I've also used like kitchen towels to wrap up bread before, and I don't really know what plastic wrap is meant to be used for, but I've been fine not using it, so not gonna start buying it again. And similar to that, I'm also not buying Ziploc bags for the same reason. I haven't been using it for a while. I do get plastic bags into my kitchen just because I buy things. So like if I buy bread from a local bakery, it will come in a plastic bag, and I try to reuse that as much as I can before throwing it away because it can be useful in some cases, but I've been just fine like reusing those and not having to buy like Ziploc bags. Now, I'm a coffee drinker. That's like just crucial to my everyday routine. And we recently got a hand-me-down Keurig from Cole's parents, and I ended up finding some reusable K-cups on Facebook Marketplace for like super cheap. So we will not be buying K-cups this year, which I'm very happy about because it kind of would make me feel awful. Like just the amount of waste that K-cups produce if you use them every day is kind of insane. So we'll be using just normal coffee grounds and then the reusable K-cups, and they work just fine. I actually prefer them to like the plastic one-use K-cups because you can get more variety throughout your week if you want that, and you can still use the coffee grounds that you enjoy. Like I have some favorite brands of coffee grounds that I like, and it just doesn't taste the same when it's in the K-cup. So yeah, this is actually also a personal preference of mine. So reducing waste as well as just doing what is best for me. Number 4 is I won't be buying single-use cupcake liners. And that's because in 2024, I got really into baking, and also on Facebook Marketplace found a set of bakeware, including silicone cupcake molds. And so whenever I've made muffins or cupcakes, or I also make like Reese's peanut butter cups from scratch, I will just put them in those, and you don't need those one single-use cupcake liners. I know they're not like super expensive, but anything to save money in this economy. So the last thing on this list is a full category of items, but I will not be partaking in any trendy kitchen appliances this year. First of all, my kitchen is already full and I want to maximize the limited counter space that we have. But like sometimes like a kitchen gadget will go viral and everyone will buy it, and then in a few years or even like the following year, it will just be sitting in a closet. I remember during COVID, the like Margaritaville margarita maker became super popular. Everyone had one. And then when COVID calmed down a little bit, people would just go out and get margaritas because it's harder to make them yourselves. I don't know. It just seemed really silly to have this big thing that only serves one purpose. Like its sole purpose is to make margaritas. And how often are you really doing that on a daily basis? I don't know. Maybe you do use it every day. And if you are, kudos to you. But like that's just not for me this year. I want to make the most out of the things that I do have. And on that note, if I do find something that I'm like, I really need this, currently I'm trying to decide if I want to get an Instant Pot or not because they seem really versatile, but I need to figure out if we will have enough space for it. And if we do decide that we want to have it, then my rule is to look on Facebook Marketplace first and see if we can get it there for cheaper, and then we don't have to buy new. So those are all the items in the kitchen category that I will not be buying to try to live a little more sustainably and save money. Now on to beauty. And it was really difficult paring this down to just 5 items. Like honestly, there are more, but I'm not putting them in this video. Like the amount of things that we are pressured to buy from social media that relate to beauty, especially on my For You page for some reason. I just get so many videos telling me to buy things in this category. So here's a abridged list. The first one being the viral red light mask. If you haven't seen it, it's like this mask that you put on your face that glows red light, and it's supposed to help your skin, but it only helps your skin if you use it regularly. And honestly, it kind of scares me. So I don't think personally I would want to use it anyways. It's also really expensive, and part of me wonders how many of the people who are like using it online that we see got it gifted to them, and wondering if they would have bought it with their own money if it hadn't been gifted to them. Just like curious about that. Similar to the red light mask is the collagen mask that you are supposed to wear to bed. This is part of like the whole morning shed thing that we cannot get into today because we'll be here forever. But the collagen masks, you essentially put them on before you go to sleep, and they're supposed to make you wake up looking all glowy. And again, just like personally not for me. I'm very particular when I sleep, and sleeping with the feeling of a face mask on my face, just I don't think it would do it. So will not be buying that. Also seems pretty wasteful if you're using one of those every night. I don't know if that's the intention to use it every night. If you throw that out every night, that's just so much waste. So we will not be doing that this year. And also, I don't know much of the science behind it, but for me personally, making sure my pillows and sheets are washed and then cleaning my face every day, my skin likes that. So I'm gonna stick with that. Now, in the makeup department, Project Pan has been popping off this year. I'm kind of doing a mini one with this, so I will not be buying any duplicate items of makeup pieces that I already have. I have a lot of unused and unopened makeup products that I just want to get through and use and start to clean out that area of my bathroom this year and just get rid of the clutter. The fourth thing on this list is any disposable tampons or pads. I use a reusable cup and then the period underwear, and those work great for me. And like just doing a little bit of research into the disposable ones made me fear them, honestly. So I will not be using the disposable versions for my own health and for reducing waste. And the last thing on this list is any new hair styling tools. I already have a blow dryer and a straightener. And then these, the curls are kind of dead by now, but I do the like robe tie curls, and those work great for me personally. I've loved the results from them, and I don't curl my hair that much, so like that will do the job. I don't really want or can afford the trendy hairstyling tools, so we're just gonna stick with the ones we already have this year. Household items. So I have 5 things here that kind of fall into the category of household items. That was like the general theme that I could find between these 5. So the first one is fabric softener, and I actually haven't used fabric softener I think since I went to college because I was broke, and it's also not the best for your clothes. It makes them degrade faster, so we will not be doing that this year or any of the following years after that. And we also will not be doing any room sprays or like the wall plugs. What's it called? Wallflowers that make your room smell good. I am very lucky to have a place nearby that will refill your candles if you bring the vessel that your old candle came in, which I have a lot of. If you watch my decluttering video, you see how I have made candles in the past to try to reuse those vessels, but I just end up having so many. And I do have a candle refill place, so I can go there. They'll add scents to it, and I love the way that that smells in my house. I don't feel the need to get more room sprays or wallflowers or anything like that. These next 3 get into things to put around the house. So the first one being trendy decor. We like to make a lot of our decor or like use things that we made in crafts as decor. So we'll hang like all of the puzzles that we do together. I think it's just a really cute idea. But some of our decor is also gifted or found at antique shops. And at this point, we've mostly decorated all of the spaces that we want to decorate. So there's, I think, no point in subscribing to the trendy decor pieces that I see online and then just cluttering up the space even more. And honestly, as you can probably tell, Cole and I have a very specific decorating style, and it doesn't really fit into some of the trends that I've seen, getting things from those trends would just be pointless in my opinion. So no trendy house decor this year, probably in future years as well. Also this year, we're not going to get any new furniture. That is because we already have too much furniture for our space and we don't want to clutter it up anymore. Even if we got rid of something, I don't think I would want to replace it because there is already too much in my opinion. So we are just not going to buy any new furniture this year. And for a similar reason, I will not be getting any pillows. We just have too many. I think our couch came with like 7 and we've gotten some covers for it. This was not the original one it came from. We just bought the cover and that has worked just fine. I don't think we need to buy any more pillows. This next section on clothes and fashion, I've been thinking about a lot recently. I recently went through my closet and started purging things and just figuring out what stuff is no longer working for me that I've held on to because I would convince myself that I would wear it and never did. So this list is kind of a result of that. So these are all things that I do not want to bring into my closet this year. The first being clothes that do not look good on me. And that is not only the fit, but also the color, the style, the aesthetic, the fabric. If the fabric is uncomfortable or I know won't last me a long time, I don't want to bring that into my closet either. I don't want to be buying things just for one occasion that I know will not work again or will just be not wearable in a few wears. So the second is patterned bottoms. I mentioned that I recently went through my wardrobe and kind of did a little inventory and found that I had way too many patterned bottoms. I like wearing them, but also I have enough. So I'm going to be attempting this year to wear through the ones that I already have and appreciating those. And then if I don't wear them, well, all the reason not to bring in more patterned bottoms if I'm not wearing them. So we'll not be buying any more of those. As much as I do love like good fancy pants that can be like the accent of your outfit, not this year. We have enough and we will not be getting any more. And I just want to be aware of that. This is more of a convincing myself. So that's why that's on the list. The third is athletic wear. Also, when I went through my closet, I realized that I have a lot of athletic wear that I've stockpiled throughout the years. I think part of this is because I've gotten into different activities and hobbies in the past 3 years after graduating, like running and yoga and climbing. And I've bought new clothes for those when I started them because I was really excited. But like, I don't need any more at this point because I have enough clothes to get me through a week. In terms of exercising, when I was making my notes for this video, I did look up how long athletic wear lasts because I got worried that like, oh, what if my leggings don't last the full year? And it turns out, as far as what the internet says, that athletic wear can last at least 2 years, with the exception of sports bras and sneakers. And that makes sense to me. My shorts, I think I've worn since like 2012. So over 10 years. That's crazy. And then even my sports bras I've gotten a few years out of. So I have a feeling I just will not be needing to buy any more athletic wear, with the exception of sneakers. The next clothing item that I will not be buying in 2025 is hoodies. Hoodies. First of all, I live in Maryland and we only really need to wear, at least for me personally, I only really need to wear them half of the year because the other half it's way too hot to wear a hoodie. And also I've collected quite a few over the years just from college and being gifted hoodies for Christmas and other things like that. So I want to wear through the ones that I already have before getting a hoodie with like a trendy logo on it. I guess I do have an exception for me for this one. If I get it from a national park, then that's okay because I'm a sucker for national park hoodies or shirts, but that's the only exception. No trendy hoodies this year. The last one in this category is cheap jewelry. Honestly, I've been really loving going to antique shops and getting jewelry there. This necklace that I'm wearing, actually, we went to a jewelry wrapping class and Cole made this one for me and I made one for him. So we have matching necklaces, and just buying more jewelry that has been pre-owned and loved. Antique jewelry is also gorgeous. Like you can find some really gorgeous finds, and just giving that a lot more attention than the cheap stuff that you can pick up from a fast fashion brand or any place in the mall, really. That is my goal for 2025. All right, we've made it to the miscellaneous section. These are just 5 random things that I am not going to buy in 2025, starting with trendy water bottles. I do love a good, cute drinking vessel. I do already have quite the collection of water bottles that I've collected for free from college, work, as gifts, you name it. And I think they'll last quite a few years. If my current one does break, break, I have like 5 backups. So there's no need to buy a new one just because I think the color is pretty. And I'm going to stick to that this year. No new water bottles. I'm also not going to buy any new board games or video games. I grouped these into the same one just because they're similar and I have the same reason behind them, which is we haven't played through all of the ones we have already. And it's so easy to buy these used. So really with this one, I'm not telling myself that I won't buy them, just none new like from Target. I will first play through the ones that I have, and then if I have an itch to get a new one, I'll search Facebook Marketplace because so many people are selling used video games. The next one is not a physical item, but it is new streaming services. We currently have HBO and Netflix and Crunchyroll. We also watch YouTube. We don't watch a lot of TV to begin with, so when we do, I want to make sure we're actually getting our money's worth for those 3 streaming services that we are paying for instead of getting something new. And also, I'm very happy to do a free trial of something if like there's something that I absolutely have to watch, but that doesn't happen really. So in 2025, we are not going to be purchasing any more streaming services. And that brings us to the last thing, which is really like an all-encompassing philosophy that I have about consuming this year, which is not buying anything that I learned about or that I thought about buying that day or even that week. So waiting a week or even a month or multiple months before buying it to see if I really want it, because oftentimes if I do wait, I realize that that was just a passing desire and I don't really want to bring that into my life. And that also means that if I'm scrolling through social media and I see an ad for something, I can't buy it. I can copy the link, and I actually have a notes app of like things that I'm thinking about purchasing, but I'm not going to be buying it then and there because someone told me that I should. And really just being more thoughtful about the things that I am purchasing in general. And that's all I have for you today. 25 things that I am not buying this year, and many of these I will never buy again. If you are also on a quest to consume less this year, let me know down in the comments what you won't be buying. I'm always looking for more ideas. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I will see you next week. Bye.